The gentleman demands of himself. The petty man demands of others. This is not just a saying, but a life philosophy that stirs the soul, guiding us on the path of self-improvement and leading us toward a meaningful life. Life is a journey of constant self-betterment, and along this journey, we always need guiding lights. Confucius. Kongzi, the great philosopher of China, not only left behind a lasting Confucian ideology through time, but also inspired millions with his profoundly meaningful teachings. His philosophies are not just for his era, but also serve as a valuable guiding principle for us today. Confucius's philosophy teaches that great change begins with the simplest things: how we perceive ourselves, how we treat others, and how we build moral values in our daily lives. He reminds us that each individual is an important link in creating a harmonious and developing society. Let us embark on a journey to explore the timeless lessons from Confucius. But first, let us pause to reflect on the first lesson, understanding that great change always begins with ourselves. The gentleman demands of himself, the petty man demands of others. This is one of the most famous quotes from Confucius, carrying a profound philosophy about personal responsibility and moral conduct. He emphasized that the gentleman always focuses on improving himself before demanding anything from others. This not only reflects maturity, but also forms the foundation for building healthy relationships with those around us. The deeper meaning of this quote lies in the realization that true change begins from within. When you demand of yourself to live with integrity, act kindly, and be a role model, you not only create value for yourself, but also spread a positive influence to the community. Instead of focusing on criticizing or demanding others to change, Confucius advises us to look inward and perfect ourselves. This lesson also emphasizes that personal responsibility is the key to building a harmonious society. A gentleman is not just a person of virtue, but someone who knows how to self-reflect and improve. This requires humility, self-discipline, and determination to continually learn and enhance oneself. Ask yourself, am I truly living according to the values I wish to see in others? This is not only a question for the gentleman, but also a reminder for all of us. When we live with responsibility and self-discipline, the relationships around us will become more positive. Confucius's words are not just a philosophy, but a guiding principle for personal improvement. Let this spirit guide you, not only in self-development, but also in how you contribute to making the world a better place. After understanding that change begins with ourselves, let's explore another lesson. The lesson on how to find joy and meaning in what you do. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. This quote from Confucius contains a timeless philosophy, emphasizing that happiness lies not only in achievements, but also in passion and meaning in work. For Confucius, work is not just a means of survival, but an essential part of self-improvement and contributing to society. Confucius believed that everyone is born with a unique talent and mission. When you find the work you love, it becomes joy, inspiration, and daily motivation, rather than a burden. This is not just career advice, but a way to live fully, so that each day brings value and fulfillment. The lesson from this quote is not just about finding an ideal job, but also about encouraging us to turn ordinary tasks into extraordinary ones, with love and dedication. When you put your heart and passion into your work, you not only achieve success, but also spread positive energy to those around you. This is especially important in modern society, where many people feel trapped in the grind of work and forget its true value. Ask yourself, am I doing the work I truly love? If not, can I change my approach to find meaning and joy in what I do every day? By focusing on passion and meaning, you can turn work into an indispensable part of self-improvement while creating lasting value for the community. This philosophy of Confucius not only encourages us to seek out our passion, but also reminds us to cherish and develop what we already love. By living and working with dedication, every day becomes an opportunity to explore yourself and spread positive values to the world. You find your passion. You need another important asset for success. That is the spirit of continuous learning. Learning never tires the body. Teaching never exhausts the mind. This is one of Confucius's most prominent sayings, reflecting a life philosophy based on lifelong learning and sharing knowledge. He believed that knowledge is not only the key to personal growth, but also the foundation for building a strong and harmonious society. For Confucius, learning never stops, and only those willing to learn are truly wise. In his life, Confucius always emphasized the importance of humility and learning. He was not afraid to learn from those around him, even if they had lower social status or rank. This shows that knowledge is not limited by origin or class, but lies in the willingness to learn and improve oneself. The lesson from this quote highlights that learning is not just confined to books or classrooms. Daily life is an endless classroom, where every relationship, every experience, and even failures are opportunities for growth. Never stop being curious and asking questions, because that is how you expand your vision and develop your intellect. Think, am I willing to learn from those around me? Am I taking advantage of every opportunity in life to learn and improve myself? Confucius's spirit of learning reminds us that every day is an opportunity to become a better version of ourselves. Learning is not about knowing everything, but about recognizing what we need to improve and contributing positive values to the community. Let Confucius's words inspire you, encouraging you to live a life of continuous learning, to grow more, and to become a source of useful knowledge for society. From the spirit of learning, we move to a core lesson for a good life, the lesson of living ethically and kindly. The way is the great path, but people often overlook the simplest things. This quote from Confucius not only reflects a profound philosophy about ethics, but also serves as a reminder for each of us about the simplicity but essential nature of living and acting. Confucius believed that great values do not necessarily have to be demonstrated through grand gestures, but come from small acts, kind decisions, and righteous conduct in everyday life. The deeper meaning of this quote is that to live a life of ethics and kindness, we must focus on the simplest things: honesty, compassion, and tolerance. For Confucius, the way, Tao, is not about complex or distant philosophies, but about how we live and treat others. Simple acts of kindness, like helping a stranger, keeping promises, or simply not causing harm to others, all contribute to building a harmonious society. This lesson emphasizes that living ethically is not about being recognized or praised, but because it is the right way to live and brings real meaning. Ask yourself, am I living according to the values I believe in? Do my daily actions reflect kindness and compassion? When each person lives with this spirit, we not only make our own lives more meaningful, but also create a better community. Confucius reminds us that ethics is not just a noble goal, but a journey to practice and preserve every day. Let these ethical values be your guiding compass, helping you live a fulfilling life and inspire those around you. After all the lessons so far, what remains is how you practice these values in your daily life. Let's move to the conclusion to gain a fuller understanding of Confucius's spirit. Confucius left us a treasure trove of timeless life philosophies, not only shaping how we perceive ourselves, but also encouraging the building of a better society. His teachings remind us that happiness and success do not lie in distant, lofty ideals, but in how we live each day. Always demanding of ourselves first, pursuing our passion, continuously learning, and living with ethics and kindness. Let these philosophies not just be sayings, but practical actions in your life. Every day is an opportunity to improve oneself, create value, and spread positive energy to others. When you live in the spirit of Confucius, you not only enrich yourself, but also contribute to making the world a better place. Life is a journey of endless learning, and every correct step begins with understanding our own values. Let these lessons guide you on the path to finding meaning and perfecting yourself. Because in the end, as Confucius taught, the gentleman seeks in himself, the petty man seeks in others, earning. And every correct step begins with understanding our own values. Let these lessons guide you on the path to finding meaning and perfecting yourself. Because in the end, as Confucius taught, the gentleman seeks in himself, the petty man seeks in others. Valuable knowledge gradually sinks into our minds. I want to take you back to an outstanding figure, Confucius, Kongzi. How did he help change history, and what lessons can remain with us for generations? Confucius, 551 to 479 BC, also known as Confucius, courtesy name Zhongni, was a famous thinker, philosopher, and educator who lived at the end of the spring and autumn period, 770–476 BC, in China. He was born in Kufu, Zhouyi, the state of Lu, now in Shandong province, into a poor family. But early on, he showed a deep passion for learning and a desire to improve society through ethics and education. Witnessing the chaotic political situation, Confucius left his homeland and traveled to many vassal states to spread his thoughts. Through perseverance in acting according to the way, he attracted a large group of students, forming a school that emphasized ethics and rights. The core of Confucius philosophy lies in Ren, benevolence, love for humanity, and Li, the rituals that maintain social order. Through his Analects, Lunyu, we see that he particularly emphasized self-cultivation, taking Zhong, sincerity, and Shu, the tolerance as the foundation, each individual, by cultivating morality, controlling oneself, and treating others fairly, would create a peaceful and prosperous society. He is credited with compiling or greatly influencing the 5 classics Wu, Jing, including the classic of poetry, classic of documents, classic of rights, classic of changes, and spring and autumn annals, which shaped Chinese scholarship. One famous concept in his thoughts is Zhengming, Mingzheng Yanshun, emphasizing that the king must act as a king, the subject as a subject, the father as a father, and the son as a son. If titles are not clear, society will be in chaos. Although time has passed for thousands of years, Confucius's thoughts remain enduring. Concepts such as Ren, Yi, Li, Zi, and Xin have spread, becoming the moral and cultural foundation in many East Asian countries. Etiquette, filial piety, and respect for education continue to be core principles that serve as guiding principles for behavior. Confucius's thought of self-cultivation, family governance, state governance, and peace under heaven also reminds us that to transform society, we must start with the character and self-cultivation of each person. This belief has made Confucius's journey a testament to the fact that an ordinary person, through relentless effort and a desire for a just society, can leave behind a priceless spiritual legacy for future generations. Confucianism, systematized by disciples such as Zhengzi, Zisi, and Mencius, became the orthodox thought of many dynasties and profoundly influenced the social structure and education. Through historical changes, the name Confucius remains symbolic of a civilization that values human ethics, leaving an endless source of inspiration for life ideals, personal responsibility, and harmony with the community.